Here's a graph. I'd like you to study it for a few seconds because the question is going to be based upon this graph. So take a look at the graph carefully. Again, we're going to be talking about this red line. And remember, this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. Study the graph. And now we're going to move to the question. The graph shows which equation? Is it A, 7x minus 4y equal 12? Is it B, x equal a half y plus 2? Is it C, 7 equals 3y plus 7x? Is it D, 4y minus 2x equal 8? Or is it E, 3y equal 2x plus 6? So once again, you're going to have to study that graph very carefully to answer this question. From a previous lesson, we learned that y equals mx plus b. That's the equation of a line. So let's see what we have there. M is the slope, and b is the intercept, the y-intercept. I'm going to look at the other graph, and let's figure out both. Let's try to get m, and let's try to get b. Well, the y-intercept, if this is the y-axis, the line intercepts the y-axis at right here, which is 1, 2. So we know that b is going to equal 2. Now let's look at m. The slope, m, remember, is the change in y over the change in x. So let's see what the change in y is. The change in y is 1 up, and then x is 2 over. 1 up, 2 over. 1 up, 2 over. 1 up, 2 over. So the slope, which is the change in y over the change in x, is 1 up, positive 1, and positive 2 over. So I have m equals a half, positive a half, and b equals 2. Now I'm going to come back to my equation and fill it in. Y equals m, which is a half, x plus 2. That's my answer. That is definitely my answer, but I don't see it here. So I'm going to have to change all of these until I get something that looks like this. And we'll try each one. Let's convert A. In this case, I have 7x minus 4y equal 12. I'll do minus 7x to both sides. I get 4y equal negative 7x plus 12. I divide by negative 4 to both sides. I get y equals negative 7 over negative 4x plus 12 divided by negative 4. Negative 7 over negative 4x. Does it look like a half? No, it does not. So A is out. Let's try choice B. I have x equals a half y plus 2. Well, let's do this. Negative x to both sides. Okay, so this will give me 0 equals a half y minus x plus 2. Let's do negative a half y to both sides. Negative a half y equals negative x plus 2. Times this by negative 2 times everything by negative 2, the whole equation. This becomes y equals 2x plus negative 4. No good. We have to try C. I'm just going to erase this because I already proved A and B is no good. Let's now work with C. I have 7 equals 3y plus 7x. I could just change it and do 3y plus 7x equals 7. Minus 7x to both sides, and I get 3y equal negative 7x plus 7. Divide by 3 to all, and I get y equals negative 7 over 3x plus 7 over 3. Nope, doesn't look like it. Choice C is out. Go to choice D. I get 4y minus 2x equal 8. Okay, plus 2x to both sides. I get 4y equals 2x plus 8. Divide by 4 all across. I get y equals a half x plus 2. It works. And so choice D is my answer. Okay, study this graph Take about a minute to look over the graph. Not really a minute, take a couple seconds to look over the graph. Get an idea of it. Then we'll move over to the question. Question says, the graph shows which equation? Is it A, y equals negative 1x plus 2? Is it B, 6y equals 7 minus 2x? Is it C, 2y equals 5x minus 4? Is it D, 3x minus 4y equals 6? Or is it E, x plus y equal negative 2? So we know that, again, y equals mx plus b. Let's go to the graph and figure out what m is and what b is. As I move to my graph, I immediately see that b is what? Negative 1, negative 2. I have b to be negative 2. Now let's see if I can see what my slope is. 1 down, 1 over. 1 down, 1 over. 1 down, 1 over. What does that mean? That means my slope is 1 down, negative 1, and positive 1 over. So my slope is negative 1 over positive 1. And negative 1 over positive 1 is the same as negative 1. So let's go back here into my equation. Y equals m is negative 1x plus b, which is negative 2. So y equals negative 1x plus negative 2, which is the same as y equals negative x minus 2. Same exact thing. Don't need the 1, and plus negative 2 is the same as minus 2. So this and this work. Now we have to check. Look at choice A. Y equals negative 1x plus 2. Y equals negative 1x plus negative 2. No, almost. Very, very, very close answer. But missing the negative. So that's wrong. They try to fool you by making it very close. And most people would pick A because they're not looking at it so carefully, and they would get it wrong because of the sign. Well, B, I can take 6y equals 7 minus 2x, which is 6y equal negative 2x plus 7. Divide by 6y to both sides, and y equals negative 2 over 6x plus 7 over 6. Nope, no good. Doesn't look like it. Let's try choice C and see what happens here. 2y equals 5x minus 4. Divide by 2. Y equals 5 over 2x minus 2. I have the minus 2, but not the 5 over 2. So, again, C cannot work. Let's try D. 3x minus 4y equals 6. Let's move this part over. So I'm going to get negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 6. Divide by negative 4. Y equals 3/4 x plus 6 over 4. Nope. I know my answer must be E. I don't have to work it out, but I can work it out. Just let's take a look right here. Basically, what does this become? X plus y equal negative 2 minus x to both sides. Y equals negative x minus 2. It checks. E is the answer. Which of the following is true about this figure? You need to get a look at the figure. Take a look at it. Study it for a couple seconds. Maybe like 5-10 seconds. And then come back. Which of the following is true about this figure? Roman numeral 1, AB is parallel to EF. Roman numeral 2, HA is perpendicular to AB. Roman numeral 3, GH is parallel to DC. Is it A, 1, Roman numeral 1? Is it B, Roman numeral 2? Is it C, Roman numeral 3? Is it D, Roman numerals 1 and 3? Or is it E, Roman numerals 2 and 3? Okay, pick the best choice. If we look at the diagram, AB is parallel to EF. That is true. HA is perpendicular to AB. Perpendicular lines form right angles. That is false. And Roman numeral 3, GH is parallel to DC. That is true. Parallel means they have the same exact slopes. The measurement of the slopes are equal. So Roman numerals 1 and 3 are true. Choice D.